I am Madhusudan. I am the co-founder CEO of KreditBee. So KreditBee is basically a digital lending app where we provide personal loans mostly to the salaried and self-employed segment, while we cover the larger masses of this middle India, what Bala had talked about. Now quickly, right, so all this started back in 2016. So before I start talking about this solution, basically let's understand a little bit of the middle class problem, especially with respect to the credit. I was born in a middle class family back in 90s. My parents were basically working in the state government service, and I was somewhere witness to how we transformed from a middle class to an upper middle class family. It was largely by improving the lifestyle. The household lifestyle is what we improved by buying many different consumer products, something like a flat screen TV, a washing machine, a microwave and everything. So what my mom did during that time was there was this neighborhood consumer durable shop where she would go and shop this sofa set. For that, we would pay the installment on a month-on-month basis. Once the installment for the sofa set is over, she would kind of continue that particular process for a TV. And once TV is over, then we would go for the consumer, let's say a washing machine. So that's the way the lifestyle of us kind of improved and slowly graduated towards a upper middle class. This is all back in 90s story. Now, why am I telling this story, right? So the system worked good. Currently, the system works the similar way for many middle class families. But there's a very, very big two problems there. The first problem is the shopkeeper who gave this product on a credit never was transparent about what is the interest rate that he is charging. The APRs, what we call, that is the final price, what is put on this product, was never disclosed in a transparent way. That's the first problem. The second problem is, of course, my parents paid very diligently to this particular shopkeeper, but never ever their discipline was recorded in a formal bureau, that is a credit bureau. Because of that, what my parents missed out is not getting graduated to a cheaper cost bank loan, right? So these are the two biggest problems how this informal credit sector really works. Now today, that's the biggest problem of middle India. It was a problem in 90s, it is a problem even today. So what is it comprises of? The middle India has a lot of self-employed people. These are shopkeepers, kirana dukan, bakeries, what they are running. What is the biggest issue for them to go and borrow from a bank? They don't have, the entire economy is on cash. It is a cash-led economy. They don't have a bank statement to show to the bank. Second problem is they are new to credit, as in they don't have a bureau scores. So about, I think today the biggest bureau is like probably CIBIL. They cover about like 30% of the Indian market. So 70% of the Indian population is not covered by this formal bureau. What that basically means is they are not getting credit from the banking sector, right? So this is the kind of problem. And of course the reach. Many of the private banks would have a lot of branches within cities, but the moment you go to tier 2, tier 3 cities or T4 cities, you don't have such branches. You would find SBI, at best you will find an SBI, and then the other option is to go for this, the local money lender, what we say that. So that's the problem what the middle India, what is facing today. So again, I've just taken one example of the customer of the middle class family. So this is Shailesh. Shailesh has been our customer. He works in a tier 2 city. He earns in the BPO industry. He earns about like 25,000. Now what happens to that 25,000 rupees in a month? So there's a household expense, there's a miscellaneous expense. So more or less, roughly about like 22,500 rupees is all set as an expense for him on the monthly side, right? Now he is only left with this 2,500 rupees as a discretionary income, let's say, which he can use it for any emergencies and everything. But that is not sufficient for the emergencies that might lead to a cash need of about like 50,000 or 70,000 rupees. He is also not able to save enough of money to buy a two-wheeler that he might require to commute to the office. He might not be able to save enough of money probably to fund his sister's marriage, which could be coming up within his family, right? So that's the problem, right? So now the need of this particular people is not in lakhs. The need of this particular families is in the value of something about like 25,000 to 50,000 rupees is what they aspire. Now what is the biggest problem here? I'll probably ask all of you guys to call up your banks where you are banking. Ask for 50,000 rupees loan, personal loan. They'll only tell you one thing. Either you take 3 lakh rupees or something like that, or a credit card de dete usko le lo. Now, what is the issue with the credit card? Credit card penetration in India is very, very minimal. So, banking sector with their brick and mortar branch-led models are not meant to give this small ticket loans. They cannot be profitable. That doesn't make money for them just because of the infrastructure that is required to run such kind of brick and mortar branch models. Okay, so let's just quickly come to what are we trying to solve, right? So we all started this KreditBee in 2018, and today we have about 7 crore plus people who have registered on the platform. I think we have already serviced or provided a loan product to more than 1 crore people, right? So I mean, just to talk a little bit about the scale, we disburse about 1,800 crores on a monthly basis. So that's the disbursement what we do there. And of course, you know, the other problem what Bala and many guys were speaking was that solving this middle India problem, can you ever be profitable? We have been, barring this COVID year, we have been a PAT positive from 2019. So this is some evidence to say that, you know, this problem is massive problem. There's like, you know, 85% of the population comes into this mid India segment. And once that problem is solved, there is a reason why there is not much of competition as well. So you would enjoy that ride once you have really found that solution, and there is a profitability that will definitely follow. Just I will put a number, you know, so this is a 8,34,728. I'll just give you 5 seconds so that you can just guess it by yourself what this number could be and what relevance this number would be having in my business. Disbursed, yeah. So cool. I mean, this was quick one though. Anyways, so this is the number of loan disbursed in the month of August, right? So that was 8 lakh plus loans what we disbursed just in 1 month. These are individuals, right? So these are individuals, which basically mean they are representing the household. There are totally about 250 million household. This is roughly, let's say, million, mota, right? So a million households borrow out of 250 million in a single month. That is how the unserved market is this. You know, the formal sector or the banking sector is covering the top 1%, 2%. Maybe we are all tired of getting calls from multiple banks to take a credit card, personal loan le lo, home loan shift kar lo and everything. But these guys don't get those calls, right? So, and that is what the real unserved market is, where we can serve it better. Now, this is another random number, 18,907. Average loan ticket is 30,000. So, okay. So this is the number of pin codes what we have served till date, right? So this is roughly about like 95-96% of the pin codes. Now the reason why I have put this particular number here is that, just imagine this, right? So if you are running this particular business to solve for mid India using a brick and mortar branch-led model of a bank, how many branches have you need to set up to serve this entire population here, right? So this cannot happen, literally, practically impossible. And on the economically, it is totally, it's a huge burn business if you start putting up a branch everywhere in all these cities to cover these pin codes. The only way this problem can be solved is through digital infrastructure, right? So you can reach to the people, of course, thanks to the smartphone penetration, thanks to the data penetration and the increased usage of internet. And that is what we make use of in trying to solve for these kind of pin codes, and it is only solvable through digital way. So of course, so I really wonder if I had a single line answer of what is the reason of success or what is the secret sauce in doing that. I don't think there is ever a single line answer for such scale to be achieved. Let me talk about few things which has helped me in my business. I would talk about both trust and retention together. See, in a lending business, it's a age-old business, so we all understand how it works. So there is a trust that needs to develop between lender and the borrower. Lender gives the money with a trust that the borrower will repay back. In today's world, borrower gives a lot of data, understanding that the lender will not misuse. Today there is a big problem of data misuse, and kind of data getting sold and whatnot. That is the trust factor which one has to build between among the borrowers. The second trust factor here is the transparency. What we call it as, there is a truth to lending. I mean, what you show as a pricing, are you sticking to that pricing and then and giving that truth to that lending process, right? So now this does not happen in a single day. It requires a vintage. You need to kind of keep building this trust incrementally to ensure the retention of the customer. So that's the third point there. What does retention mean is that I talked about those 8,34,000 odd loans what we do on a monthly basis, out of which 80% of the loans are from my existing borrowers, right? So these are the guys who drive my business. 80% are repeat borrowers who come and drive my business. And that retention only comes because there is that trust what has been built between the company and the borrowers here. The product market fit, I think it's already time up, but I'll take a minute more. I'll talk just about the product market fit and what magic it can do. So in 2018 we launched this KreditBee. We had done a lot of research on how we have to curate this product and launch for the Middle India. The first month when we launched, we disbursed about 2.5 crores. Okay, so the first month of our launch. Fifth month, we were doing 100 crores of lending, right? So that was the scale shoot up. Now while 100 crore is a good number what we had to reach, we were not marketing. We didn't have money to market. We didn't have money to lend out also. Forget about even marketing. We didn't have enough money to lend out to this kind of a borrower demand. 96-97% of my customers were coming organically. Just that's the magic what product market fit can kind of deliver to your business. And that requires a good amount of research in customizing your product to the need of the market, right? So of course, profitability is very important, especially in the lending. Lending is not a new business. Thousands of years, I think people are doing lending, and because it's a profitable business, people keep doing it. In lending, if you're not profitable after a certain size, I think you have to go back to your drawing board and look at what's going wrong there. So I think that's the things. I mean, of course, I don't know how much justice I could do in covering everything. But thank you guys. Thanks for this time. Really enjoyed this session.